What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to some more Europa Universalis 5. We're picking up right where we left off. It is a new day of recordings for us. And today, I think, is maybe the day, hopefully, that we can migrate to the new world. Who knows? Who indeed knows? We're going to get our migration stuff here. Maybe these days we form a republic, perchance, potentially. Would be nice. Who knows? 10 plutocratic power needed for that. We need to have burger cabinet members who aren't super skilled, I think, is the solution to a lot of our problems. So I got to remind myself, as these guys die, we need to only assign burgers here. Can't take that one. We're going to take the hit with that. Means we might have some uppity people. What are we saving up for? I think it was the markets. What are our what's our market situation here? We did just make the Belle Isle market. Not doing too much in the way of trades because there's no one to really trade to. But I can check how our goods are doing here, right? Things like corn, beeswax, yeah, some of those are running low. And this is one of our markets. I can't reach you, so I can't really do anything. Can I do any other conquistadors? No conquistadores. That is unfortunate. Our colonial investment is at where we expect it to. Cost of courts. Okay, so we'll just kind of save up the money. What do I want to use for this? Can I build any settlements? That'll be the big one here. Yeah, we want settlements to get our growth up. Those will be temporary but useful. Settlements help your population growth. They will help your migration attraction as well. And then once the settlements are gone, these will go away once you have a certain percentage of like the population capacity. I think it's like 10 or 20% of what the province you're building them in can support. Then they will automatically destroy themselves and you can't build them again. So very useful to have those. We're doing a bunch of assimilations. Those are all fine. Our stability is getting better. Did we pick up any of these advances? We have not. They are available. Maybe it's time we invest in our stability. I'm going to stick with that. We're paying for a lot for food. Why? The guys up in the north are paying for their food. Okay. Claim throne on Scotland. We won't be going for that. This is our sister-in-law. Heir is... Okay, so what's the dynastic thing here? Our ruler's wife. Interesting. So theoretically, we killed the child. Next in line, our ruler. Hypothetically, killing rulers is going to cause us, and killing heirs is going to really eat into our diplomatic reputation. And we're not going to do it. You could do some stuff there. It would be nice. It'd be cool. But I don't think we want to do it. We're going to keep Scotland on board here. Keep them friendly. In fact, we need to use them to curry some favors here. What am I doing that's causing a lot of problems here? Probably... We have events that are causing us to not have this. Loyalist support to our subject that we're also annexing. Well, if I take away the loyalist support, you still are loyal. Lose the tradition and stuff. Don't want to lose stability. Stability is important to us. Priest education art. Is that our heir? Is a prodigy. We're going to make that heir a expensive education. The cost of court sucks. It's already a prodigy. We'll just let him shake out normally. I don't want to spend 250s too much at this stage of the game to do. I think. What do we spend our money on while we're waiting on this? There's an argument made to save up for building towns, but we don't have the pop in the New World to build those towns. Also an argument to be made that we just go to Lubeck Market and build the most profitable things, i.e. the horses. And I think I like that argument. Let's max out the horses here. and we'll chill with that for a little bit. We'll get legitimacy or get prestige. We'll take the prestige because we don't have room for legitimacy. Arrivals could only be Norway. We'll just not do that. And we need New World and Pike Shot. I want to embrace them probably together. Let's start with New World. More important to us than Pike and Shot, since we're not really doing the war. We're gonna say no to cavalrymen, no to heavy cavalry. We don't need any of these stuff that we're unlocking here. None of that. We're gonna get the cast spell. I get the rebel support. Don't care about supply depots either. We'll get the navy repairs because we do have a navy. In the New World, what do we go for? Well, colonial charter, cost, and maintenance. I see that as very helpful. Open sea exploration also. Probably want to do open sea exploration before the colonial charters. Colonial policy also very useful. NATO policy also very useful. Send people to colonies and boost colonial charter. That's going to be our bread and butter. Over here is all about trade. Our geo size is good. Trade size is good. Cost through maritime is good. All right, rights of the burghers. Food production, exploration progress. All of these are just so good. Trading hub. This is a building that needs to be built in the market center. Our old world, that's not really helpful in the old world, so we'll ignore it for now. The plantations are nice, but I want to get the trades and exploration stuff, I think. Our geosite helps everybody. Construction speed we can ignore. Proximity cost to maritime does also help us too. Ship repair, caravel. Cost through port is very helpful. That gets us maritime. We might as well commit to that because that is money. Caravel is going to be our light ships. We're not going to build anything else besides that. Raw materials is, of course, also good. All, of course, subject to change. Probably should have done the copper and the iron and stuff output as well. And we'll get our naval range, our diplo range, and our trade hub. Get all of these things, and by the time all of this is done, who knows what's going to be going on, because it's going to take forever. Absolutely forever to get all that. Right, then we'll pick up pike and shot. Do I care about the pike and shot stuff? Not really. I mean, it's good for war, but really it's government reforms and merchant quarters are the things we'd want out of that. Which are actually pretty high on my list now that I think about it. All right, we'll see where we're at whenever we get to those things. But I could see myself hard focusing foreign culture law, House of Parliament, government reform, RGO size. These are all very good. Merchant quarters is our tier 2 trade thing, which is why we also really much want that. So, argument to be made that is important. All right, while we let that stuff go in the background, we're going to get our colonies up and running. I'm going to try to speed this along. Maybe we don't go for the Navy repair costs. We'll get the New World stuff faster. Cycle back to those other things when we have the time. Why is our growth so terrible here? Best thing only gives us 50. Really? Don't form the colonial subject. Side with nobody. And where does our colonies running? New core over here. That is all a colony. So this one is all done. Running out of land to colonize. Could be concerning. We're going to need to get our exploration stuff running again. Which means it's getting some kind of city here. Nantucket's still the one we're looking for. Need you up to 5,000. Love to invite settlers. That is going up progressively here. Settlers and cultural opinion, which do I care about? Let's do cultural opinion first, because that has the longer cooldown. So now the Scots like us. Norwegians very much love us. We're kindred with Norwegians. Norn also as well. It's just the Danes and the Swedes. Kind of eliminating the Danish from the world, which is morally corrupt. But, you know, that such is Europa. What are you going to do? All right, with that, I think we can step away. I'll peek through the colonies, and I'll bring you back once I think we have an update. Probably when we can build our first town here in Nantucket. That's the best city for this, no? Or the best province, location, what have you. Anything with 3,000 or above. The color coding is... yeah, looks like Nantucket for sure. Show Nantucket this time. Okay. Good by me. We still have a lot of stuff to colonize, and we're going to just get our control over the Canada here. It means we're going to be very valuable in the fur trade if we keep going along this route. But once we have a town, we can explore all the way down the coast and get down here for the plantations in the south of the U.S. or the southeastern United States. This as a form here. This is southeastern North America, I guess. Or do I refer to it as the modern time? I don't think it matters. Anywho, step away and I'll bring you guys back once it's time for another update. All right. We have a war breaking out that we are getting called into against Norway. I do want to contribute to this. I do also want to hide our navy here. Is that a heavy navy? That is 4 heavy ships we don't want to worry about. Keep our navy in port then. Keep our navy in the port of Halmstad. Sweden should fight most of them off, but we do want to take these forts down here. But they've built a lot of these damn things. Let's get our army raised, and we're going to get over there. We are almost done colonizing all of this stuff. It's taking a little bit. We are getting colonial charter costs, which is why I haven't done another colony yet. And I did sneak in the pike and shot unlocks here for merchant quarters. They're in the queue. And so we're going to not have a massive queue. We're going to kind of go piece by piece and think about where we at each time. So that's our plan here. This is a fight that I did not want to deal with, but we'll get our forts sieged here by each person. I think we'll win that. We have pike shot. I don't know if they have pike shot. Hope they don't. Like, let's check that. Mr. Norway. They do a pike shot. Well, we have the flank. Should be a dead guy. Where are they fleeing to? A little bit of antagonism towards us is fine. We'll put you on this one. UC's Randers. All of these are in different states. It's kind of weird. Or provinces, I guess, is the term. Go ahead and put you on Silkeborg. Put this one over here. We're just going to get all of these occupied as soon as we can. Honestly, I would like to just peace out for the land you've taken. Love a separate peace here if possible. Probably not going to be possible, but you know, a guy could dream that we get all this stuff here. And eats not a lot of Christian, no coalition, right? Norway would fall off before they get their next thing picked up. There's that one gone. We've got the participation for now. We've got the sieges. Their garrisons are full. Well, they were at low army maintenance. You can see their garrisons haven't replenished all the way. Good for us. You're not a protected harbor. Meaning I probably want to try to sneak this guy out of there. Let's see. Can I get you to Voidenberg? I can. That's a good harbor for us. Siege 1 done. Let's start grouping up our people here and try to get me some more war score. A lot of forts they've taken. Scotland declares war on West Breen. Is Scotland going to call me in? We're getting a spy network on Scotland. I think I am going to try to assassinate this child. Although she's in Burgundy. So I might not be able to. We will see. Not the worst thing if we don't get her, because again, we do want to go to a republic. And there is the war we get called into. It's West Breen. Few subjects here. Like, who are you? We are your ally. You're still guaranteed by France. Proper France. France has taken a lot of Aragon land. Papal states are big. Kingdom of Two Sicilies is formed. Milan, Mantua, Bohemia. Who are you? Owner charter cost. The Bohemian nobles. It's a big Bohemia. Let us grab a new charter here then. We only are running 4. We need a 5th one. We're going to do it from Zealand. Doing our best to depopulate Denmark before we take them. We're getting close to... What's our next thing we're picking up here? Let's take a gander. Colonial law, native policy. Those will all be good. Send people to the colonies is the one I really want, because I'm going to be doing that hardcore. Just putting all of our power into rowing Nantucket. It's 38k, not 38k, 3800. They're going to invite some settlers here to Nauset. So you have 1k, 1k. Need 5k to get the first town. You should really be beating France. I don't know how you let them get on your coast. Sheep farms. Do I dial down the stability investment? I think I do. We're up in the positives. There's nothing else we need to spend stab on for a little bit. Lund's too far away, and it's spreading pretty slowly. We have time until printing press becomes available. Should show us how many favors we got from that. 12 favors total. If it is part of Greenland, we need another thing to grab here. This colony's pretty much done. There's a... Yeah, that whole region's one colony. I was going to start doing one a little bit distant here. Holland's basically fully assimilated. I'm looking at anywhere that has that high amount. And we'll just go down the list. 90 plus, you start to get diminishing returns, it feels like, when I play this, so won't go for that assimilation. Our population now is mostly us. Danish is on the way out, meaning our accepted cultures has gone down a ton. Sieges will start coming through here soon. That is a burger cat member. We want to replace him with another burger. We don't have any. Okay, let's get we'll get the 16-year-old. Sure. Three reasons. Russia merchants or extra benefits. Trade advantage or capacity. What's the capacity? 5% burger. We'll do the advantage because we don't have a lot of burger trade capacity. Start to really pick those up whenever you get the merchant quarters, which is what's in our research queue here. So that's our kind of moment where we want the quantity approach. We do also, I have it available to me. I probably should be doing this. We have now the ability to explore this current here. Need some money, but we're gonna explore these currents and open up this market for across the port country trade. We're just gonna keep an eye on this little girl here. It's already 10. Got one kid. We are still... Our wife is still second in line. She's 43. I'll go ahead and just stand down some of these guys as we do this. There's another successful siege. And we can take all of the stuff that they have here. If I were to crank that up, I can get 300. Let's wait the last siege finish, and we're going to just piece this out. So I want to get greedy here. I don't think we get greedy. Get the land that we want. Needs to be integrated in things. Fleshbig, Vestland, and all that jazz. Get that stuff. Take our barks here that will eventually have to be upgraded to caravels. We need a patrol. We're going to do Western Baltic, North Sea, Eastern Baltic. What do you consider this region? Schleswig's almost done being integrated. I need to pull off. It's our best military guy. You are. Also our best non-military guy. We're going to do just by pop here. In fact, pull them all off and just get these done. Stop the assimilation. Stop the count. Let it go. And we picked up some forts here. This fort is not needed. I do like these two. I like these three. That being said, I'm not going to pay for them myself. There we have it. How's our maintenance looking? I bet you we picked up some, like, armories. We do have armories. Let's make sure we turn those off. We'll keep them available, but we don't need military buildings right now. Until I want to go for an aggressive footing, I want to focus on the economic growth. So overseas trading posts, do that so we can get our filter on here. And we want to just do all of our armories, turn them off. And let the money come in. Okay, so I was planning to do an exploration here. We already have the one. We need another adjacent colony to start. Sort by pop, just send them over. Nantucket needs 1,000 pops before we can make it a city. You're going to be a little sad that we separate pieced here, probably. No, you don't. Okay. And there goes Schweden taking a good chunk out of Norway. They want to try to form Scandinavia. That's what it's coming out to. We'll just keep them nearby and keep them friendly. I hope this didn't damage our relations between us and Norwegian. And nope, they're fine. Nothing bad going on there. Return to speed 5. I want to do our burger. Who is this? This is the burger artist. We can piss the burgers off. Become a commoner. Just wasn't meant to be. Colonial policy. We want to do trade colonies, probably. Colonial maintenance, actually. Settle them. Settle them. Get them done faster. Get us outward. And let us roll in the dough. So now here comes native policies, I think, is the next one. What are we going to do for native policies? Probably trade with the natives. Integration gets us conversion. And humanist. Trade gets us less maintenance. We're going to do trade. We do trade. This goes down. It helps counteract our number of colonies malice there. Which would be very nice for us to have. And annexation of Schleswig is on the way. Use the prestige. Resolve it amongst yourselves. Okay, and I want to do, I need 100 ducats to do our exploration here. Keep part of Greenland. I want to make sure we're doing exploration. So you have this one down here. It's a Gulf Stream. Start with the Start with this one. And do it from places that make sense. Let's do it from, like, Helsingor. Do we have our explorer? Is he gone? He's finally gone. You hate to see it. Get the ship repair guy. He had a good run, but hiring a new one would be almost too costly, I imagine. Yeah, too much. Schleswig is annexed. More land to us. It's going to eat into our diplomacy income, right? I imagine it would. We're going to see a drop of control. So market regulations gets us benefits. Increase our control gets us counting houses. If they weren't so fucking expensive, I would totally be down for it. Same with the docks. It's the same problem for both of them. I think we go right away and just hit up the new hunting grounds. Humanist, opinion, and outward. Hoping to find plutocratic in those events. Seems like it's not in the cards, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and... We're actually about to be hammered by some stuff here. Is it because our cost of court? It is the cost of court. I was about to do a new colony, but I got scared by the fact that exploration was not going, but seems we'll be fine. We're going to hit up another colony. All of this shall be done. Plus 90 a place. Wow, this is gonna... I can't keep up with this, actually, the growth here. We're gonna need to do a lot more exploration to keep up. $1K more to Nantucket. More settlers. Don't lose stability. What we do want is going to be over here, settlements. We're going to invest in these. Hunting grounds have been established. Exploration will be pretty fast. It's actually not expensive. What does it cost? 7 ducats. Okay. Keep that in mind. That is our exploration cost. And we're going to basically be colonizing everything the second we explore it, I feel. But you get the gist. We're going to be building our settlements, keeping an eye on Nantucket. Once it hits 5K, we need to save up to make it a town. It'll be our first actual town out here on the coast. Then we can make it its own market. And these guys over here will start to have options to trade once we get our exploration done. So, starting to come alive. We'll probably need to get this region redone as well, since apparently this is going to still block us. So, we're going to get the connectors, and then it's back to just going straight through the entire new world. So, that's what we got to look forward to, and I'll see you then. So, a quick update here. We finally have discovered and enabled ourselves to do some trade with London from the New World. So, we now have some industry going up. We can see our income now has shot up to 20 ducats. Granted, we're in the middle of doing an exploration mission, so it's going to probably go down. I also need to start another colony. But what I wanted to show here is I think our bug is breaking the Reformation. If I show... I support the Papal State. Let me support the Papal State. I think this is broken, and I think we're unable to get out of this, because under Reform Desire, surely the Reformation should begin, right? I would think so. But we haven't seen the Reformation, and it's 1493. Is it 1500 when it starts? I don't know. In other news, I realized we took Lubeck, so we have control now over the trade center here. So we are going to make more money in the Lubeck market, where we have the greatest trade advantage just by our own abilities here. Quite nice. Money is rolling in, so that is also very good for us. And our colonization here, we're running out of areas to colonize, meaning I need to step up my game here. And I think Nantucket's getting ever so closer. 5,000's our mark here. Boost colonial charter, we're not going to be doing that. I think we have enough growth as is. We might send people to the colonies, but I think it's getting closer and closer to the time here where we need to ship off and leave our land behind. I think once we can depopulate most of Greenland is when we'll ship over, or Denmark, I should say, because this is now all we own is Denmark. Our integrations are going along fine. We have 2 more left that have not been done. I can't form Denmark because I don't have primary Danish culture. But this is still good land. Good land that we don't have to build up ourselves. Our guys want to build universities and things. Spiritual retreat in Nantucket. So we're actually getting our buildings starting to come in here now. They have not yet. They have not. But they could, and that's what matters. We'll slowly, ever so slowly, get this up. The downside, of course, not having colonial subjects is that the colonial subjects normally do a really good job on colonizing this stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I want to have a Canadian subject and we just take the East Coast. I could see that being something we want to do, but for now we're just going to keep it all of ourselves. Maybe later on I can form one like here and then grant them all the land once it's settled. But we're gonna try it out, see what happens if we just take all the land directly and own it ourselves here. So, by network, this queen over here still only has the one child. Her heir, her husband has died, but she's too old to have kids. 48 is really pushing it. So don't think that's going to be too much of a concern. The child is 13. Debating whether or not I do send the assassins to try to get her. I think it might be a misplay. If we were committed to staying aristocratic, I would. But I feel like if we get a union, I might get stuck being a union status, and that would be less than ideal. But who knows? We're actually colonizing too fast for me to spend up new colonies. The money is just very expensive, so we're probably just going to have to explore, colonize everything in the exploration, explore, colonize everything, and so on and so forth. So that's where we stand. Really disappointed about what's happening with the Western Schism. Like, at this point, the only thing I think we can do is kill the Pope. Yeah, that's the only thing we can do, because it's glitched. There should be like a timeout on this. We're just kind of... And the thing is, all the events we're having here suck. Maybe the Reform Desire is just... Maybe it's scripted at 1500? I don't know. I don't know, but definitely with the schism going on, I don't want to be this religion anymore. It's just so terrible. Excellent minister or prestige. Get the minister. Second one of these guys are going to finish up now. We don't have anything to replace you with. Just throwing it all into the colonies. Keep it as us. Wish I could do, like, form colonial subject from here. You know? Could be useful. Down to 3 of these colonies. The base cost to found them is what's really killing us. Alright, start inland. Urbanization's the right move. Here for sure. Rinkobing. Another town. Means more trade. Naval infrastructure. Yeah, we still do urbanization. Do it. Humanism. Don't want the tax exemption. We get too much from you. I use the law change here to do the rights of the burghers. I don't see it in our list. See anti-piracy, I could go privateering. So what would we do here? We would want to do probably either strengthen the rights or stronger guilds. So trade efficiency or production. Let's do we're going to do strong guilds. That'll be what we've got here. Okay. I have to go and do some work stuff. 1 second, just got pinged. So we'll step away. We're going to come back once we do all of our colonization, once we have an update. Maybe if the Reformation happens, whatever the next big event is, we'll come back and showcase that. But we weren't going to worry about anything going on right now. Maybe when we get Nantucket up to be a a town, we'll share that and we'll start a market over here and maybe start thinking about sending our stuff away to the New World forever. But we'll have to come back for that. So see you guys then. All right, we're back. We're in 1502. Still no Reformation. So things are going to get probably messy. We're probably going to stay with a unified Catholicism because this is absolutely messed up. I can't get a parliament seat. No one's voting anything. This is just all bugged to shit. This is really uh really just kind of there. I can't stop it. Whatever. We'll just roll with it. It means we're gonna get bad events forever until someone kills the Pope, which is not gonna happen. So yeah, I don't know what to say. We're kind of in a weird spot with that. But that's not why we're here. We're here because we can found a city. We can found Nantucket, giving us our access to a new market in the New World. We've done all of our colonial explorations. There's one colony in Canada we can do, and in the Maghreb, I guess we could found those things. But we will refrain. We're going to focus only in the New World. In fact, North America. We'll probably might even make a colonial subject down here in the Caribbean and Mexican land. Or I guess this is Mexican. This would be like Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, what have you. But all colonial Mexico. I'm using the EU4 knowledge here instead of like modern day stuff. And when was this going to get done? This will enable us to finally build our forlorn expedition here. And we can start getting the colonization of these guys all figured out. So we're going to have basically 4 colonies free. Yeah, nothing is available. No conquistadors, because we don't have any of the things built up. Population can do Brandenburg. Brandenburg's weak, Wolgast. Brandenburg seems like a fun game here. You were really good. Can I get you someone who's also really good? Piast. Miss Clements. Your daughter now has a child, meaning we probably are... Yeah, we've been left behind for Scotland. That is fine. We'll just leave that be and not worry about any of that. We did get a good roll on one of our things for plutocracy support, so now we're at like 87. So only 7.5 points away from being able to form a republic, which will be nice. Literally the only thing we have pending for us. There's Fergium up, but that means we are now into the pike and shot stuff. We've got, they're going to eventually get us foreign culture law as our last one out, and then we can come back to all these other things. First thing we want to have is probably plantations. Because that seems like the next level of thing we're going to have is the sugar, tobacco, and cotton plantations in Georgia and them, which is going to be down here. I think we want to establish our capital as something in Virginia. I don't know what yet, but we're just going to start off with getting our Nantucket market, which is what we want to save up to do here. Let's do our markets here. Can I move? You could relocate the market. It costs a lot. Let's say... Does that scale only with the size of the market? No, it's a fat 800 alone, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to make the Nantucket market here a new thing. 230 gold to get us Nantucket. Sounds fair. Should have some investment into this area. Almstad, they're building libraries. Plutocratic support. There we go. Good thing I did this. Invest in the new noble. Plutocracy power is risen up, and that means we can reform into a republic. 50 stability, 25 prestige. Let's just do it. Welcome to republicanism. We now can do different rights of the nobility. I think I honestly, for now, let's do rural nobility, just for the serfdom and the fort maintenance mainly is what I want there. So my thing I'm curious about is, do any of our estate things change? I could change this reform. Probably want to. I would like this to instead be... I mean, Admiralty's not terrible, but we don't need it. Merchant Republic is definitely what we want here. This is our major reform. I'll eat the stability cost. This is worthwhile. A family sagas, harbor administration, Merchant Republic. Sounds lovely. And that's going to mean we're going to get a lot of money from trade here once everything's up. Are we paying for our stability still? We are not. So this is just pure negative here. It's going to take a while for Merchant Republic to get instituted, and then that's going to when things are really going to kick up for us. Lose a little bit of progress here. So welcome to Republicanism for the Republic of Greenland. Could still form Scandinavia, but we won't. Exploration of Prince Edward's Island is ongoing. This one over here in Nantucket, we want the market for you. Where did our cost go? We are doing cost of court, which is probably a big chunk of our investment. What else is it? We did probably lose a little bit of our taxes. Yeah, it pissed off people pay us less taxes. Patricians are now our nobility. Anything new? But we need money or we need prestige. We need the money because this will let us go and establish the Nantucket market. Welcome to Nantucket. Keep it as Greenland. More cores. Simulations are still going well. Do I have to drive people to the colonies thing? I think I do. What we're going to do is we're going to get our capital regions, these two right here, Maryland and Virginia. And then we are going to just absolutely kick up the expel people to the colony stuff and just try to get rid of them. All right, so Nantucket is the majority everywhere. We split between Belle Isle. There's some other guys over here who are competing, but not a major concern. Our proximity does get pretty low up here, meaning we might want to do another one centered over here. Yeah, here, and here. It's like a little triangle. You're going to kind of get screwed with the guys far over here, but we're getting tech that makes it easier to access these. And that's before we do any of the road initiative building, which is going to be something we want to look into. Quebec exploration is about to go off. That's why we're not going to be building anything. We're just going to save up the money. That means we're going to have Edward Island and Quebec becoming available at the same time. That's a lot of things to colonize. Want one explorer going at all times. There's our heir. He was not our heir. He was just a guy. Our heir is pretty damn good, I believe. He's a... Oh, never mind. Oligarchic elective. Mayor and rules for life. Right now we're oligarchic. I'm curious. I haven't really looked into elective laws here. General marriage. Republic with 4-year terms. Matrilineal non-exclusive. Through female lines. Huh. And lottery, a random ballot. Okay. All very interesting. So lottery, matrilineal, republic, and oligarchic. We'll see how that changes given time. But for now, we're just going to stick with what we have. Give me a cardinal seat in Lund, please. 8th time I've tried that. Every time I get denied. Do you hate me? We're going to improve with you and see if that helps our odds go up here. Are we getting stuff built in Nantucket now? We definitely need the money. Sizable donation. So when we do establish our merchant republic and things, it means that we can be, it gets really, really cheap to do like an overseas trade post and all those trade offices, which means we can start to get into some really good money here. Think about it. This is cost 15. Once the merchant thing is in place, it's going to get even cheaper. And that's going to be really, really good for us, considering we're establishing this area over here for trade. So what I want to do is with our next thing we're going to pick up, it's going to be more stacking of the foreign building cost reduction. And we're just going to take over as many of the foreign markets as we can with Scotland, England, Norway, all of them. We're going to just spam these buildings where they're available. Our admiral died. Some admiral. Okay. Backing other guys. So how much is it going to cost us in exploration costs? Actually, is not stacking too terribly. Oh, each is 6. Okay. 3 progress. Let's get to half the progress and not spend the money. Build it in Lund. Remember, the burger could rise up, or we could develop the interior. Gathering industry. Where is this? Lubeck, Curing, Skulls. That's 4 places for gathering. I'd like that 4 places. That seems nice. Free subject support. And we will do outward support here. Keep those guys all in line. We'll pay the cost of court. Expected. And now we're really rolling in the money, I think. You got the Garter market, the Bauhaus market, the Skahult market. Lubeck we still have good control over. It's these damn events here that I'm talking about. We still have bad events for the damn schism, and we can't get out of it. It's glitched and shows us being in control. It's not fucking possible. So if we were to ditch Family Sagas, because Family Sagas doesn't really give us much value except for the cultural tradition, where would we go? I could see transportation code eventually. Don't need it now. Don't need the colonial range. Tax efficiency could maybe be good. Mining communities. Ooh. Sortition and Peasant Republic. I would love to try it. Just once. What do we need for this? Because we already have a major reform, so we're not going to have that. We are full on Merchant Republic. What does it give you? Peasant powers, super up, nobilities are down. Centralization, free summit, commoners, we already have most of what that gives us without having to do anything. There's an election. A 3691. So what is the diplomatic thing? What does diplomatic ability give us again? We'll see it. I'm going to go for the guy that has military and other things, but diplomatic is loyalty and the estates. That's actually pretty useful, but I like the administrative most, so I don't think we care about military, so we care about admin diplomacy going forward will be our 2 focuses. France gets a lot of stuff from Hanover. That's crazy. Lose a little bit of... Lose a tradition. It's kind of wild how France can just take this land. It should revolt, and they shouldn't be able to, like, get it. I would think, at least. Are you in charge of HRE? Who's the guy? It's Burgundy. No wonder they're doing anything. They need to get Bohemia in charge of the HRE so someone can actually stand up to France. Crazy. So with things now instituted, if I were to come over here and say overseas trade post, you're at 14. We can get that base cost even lower, I think. Definitely. Especially once we get the stab paid off. Okay. All right, we'll come back once it's time here. We're going to explore just all the way down the coast, colonize our way. We might actually start in West Virginia and or Virginia and Maryland here. and then explore out from there, since that'll be our kind of central thing. We want to kind of, go around it. But we will see. First, we're going to have to get these current explorations done. We'll colonize them all right off the bat, save all of our money up until the colonization stuff, and we're going to put our money towards getting our European trade up, which should be doable. We just need to make sure people like you like us. And you have Wales as a subject. We'll make sure Wales want to like us. We want to get the London places, because London's going to be kind of the midpoint between us. So we'll invest time and money into getting those guys on board first. But I'll come back once it's time to share another update, maybe in 1520-ish, around that point. So see you then. All right, we have the Lutheran Revolution here, Reformation, sorry, becoming a thing. We are going to embrace the Reformation for sure. 100% want this to be present in our country. So we're going to embrace that eventually. We're going to let our guys finish their assimilations, and then we will swap to that. Currently, we're on a big burst of building out our settlements over here in North America. We're doing 5 colonies. We have 2 of our explorations en route. We're going to slowly link up these lands, and we need to settle these. I don't know where I'm going to put my capital yet. We're thinking about somewhere. I have to look at things that are like decent goods. We don't want like a super good. We also got to think positionally, right? We come as far down over here so this is like the tip of Florida. So we want to probably put it like here-ish, right around where DC is actually, because it's right smack dab in the middle of the coast here. So where is traditional DC? Like right in here, right? That's Maryland. Here's Virginia. It's like right in between all of them. This is the Potomac. We'll let Maryland get discovered. I don't know if they took it from Maryland, because this might be it here. This is the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah. I don't remember. Let me pull up a map. We're going to look at this. We're going to find this. Where is, let's do map of the USA. Google Earth. Give me that. Come on. Come on. United States. Zoom in. It is Washington, D.C. is like right up here. It goes up this river. This is the east of it. This is modern day Alexandria. Baltimore is up here. And so DC would be spanning these 3 areas. The Doeg, you got stone. You're all stone. So, and there is Manassas. Who is the better place for growth? So you're landlocked. Woods, subtropical. Probably Pelatomic is going to be our ideal one, even though Doeg is more historically accurate. Forest flatland. The coastal thing is the thing. Is the population capacity on the coast will be nice. Are you also subtropical? You are. We're going to do it in Pelatomic. Or hell, maybe we make Baltimore our capital. Who knows? I actually like the idea of making Baltimore our capital. If we can, once we discover Maryland and see. We're doing New Jersey right now. Then we have one forming for Maryland. So we'll check both of those out. Pick somewhere in this smattering of places. Hell, maybe we could even do New York if we really wanted to. But I don't think I care too much about the Canadian land up there. Not super important. For our tech, we're getting close to a government reform. We're going to take the foreign buildings thing. And then once that happens, we're going to spam our trade offices all around Lubeck, the Norwegian stuff, England, Scotland, the Pale of Ireland. That's who we're going to be mainly trading with. Might also work with Castile. We're going to get our current guys all improved before we do that. They still have a ways to go. And here comes New Jersey finishing up pretty fast. There's trade advantage. Reformation can't embrace it yet. We're going to wait till it spreads to us naturally. I haven't checked our progress towards the age. We're getting closer to printing press, which is nice. There goes New Jersey. Let's check out what this province has. I don't remember how these provinces are split up, which is why I'm watching such bated breath. So in New Jersey, lumber, maize, copper, and iron. Ooh, How nice. How very nice indeed. Okay. Still think it'll be Maryland. I'm leaning that way ever so more. So what is this? This is... There's New England. Wants me to Greenland, but I feel like that's a waste. There's the Hudson. Vermont's up there. Pennsylvania. Okay, we'll do Pennsylvania. We're going to do it from Nantucket. I'll send the Sigurder. Let's leave Sigurder out of it. I want Sigurder to be in charge of our... one of these guys when they die. Got 59, 60. Yeah, we're going to have to do some cycling of our cabinet members real soon. And here comes Maryland. Okay, keep it in Greenland. We need to go and colonize new ones. I've been doing what's just adjacent to us. The thing is, these colonies are friggin' expensive. Like 150 some odd ducats to start them. And I keep going back and forth on when we want to move over. Because once we move over, we're going to lose a lot of our income. But on the flip side, the colonies are going to get way cheaper. I feel like it's just a balancing act of which to do. 2 diplomats. Get the opinion. We'll do Stadcona. Lubeck's going to war with somebody. I don't care. What is the cost here? Base cost must be based on the size of our nation. I guarantee that's what it is. Which we're going to just be increasing as we're colonizing more and more. France fights Cleves. Good luck with that. The other thing I'm thinking about moving my capital over here is we're going to start getting, like, urbanization stuff unlocked. Which would be very nice, but the problem is we're going to just forego so much potential growth. Like, this is up to 60k. Base tax in Lund. Lundsburg is there. Our coring is all done. No one else needs to be cored. Sweden's been beating up Norway anyway. Speaking of them, they can improve our cultural opinion, so we'd like the Swedes a little bit more. Scotland's on the way there as well. Here come the preachers. Okay. That will be nice. I got text, a bunch of stuff. I want this to be everywhere before I go and embrace it. Are they getting to the New World? They're not. But we probably should. The other thing is that when I embrace this, it's going to ruin my relationship with a lot of people. So we're kind of going to hold off on doing a lot of those. Pennsylvania. Is there anything other that's being built? No, we already finished one. That was Maryland. So we did, like, Baltimore. What do you guys have up here? Right here is the Baltimore stuff. Subtropical woods. Anything that's, like, good and not wooded? I mean, Chesapeake. I just want to take something that we know the name for, like Roanoke. You know, none of these names are exciting. They're staying with the native names. I want something that's knowable. You know? Okay, we're going to do Chesapeake. That'll be our capital. Yeah, Chesapeake. Commit to it. Commit to it. We send the charter. It's a lot of people I'm colonizing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many. Honestly, I've opened up a lot of doors there. Means our colony maintenance is at 14. probably need to do better than that. We want to do exploration. I need to pick up something else for exploration. We're going to do... We are doing that. We want to do the Hudson. Yeah. I think because this is... We're getting up to the New York area, right? Because like it's right here and here. Minor research and focus to... And we're kind of going towards outward here. %1 doesn't bother me. Let's get the artist cost. And that means next is our government reform. So that's the time when we need to go and start doing our foreign trade stuff. Republican, yeah, our control here has gone down. We want the Hudson. Send it from Nantucket. Now, I've done a lot of building of settlements. Yeah, 20 settlements in Nantucket for 2 ducats a month. I think it's worthwhile. Or these. So if we embrace the Reformation now, legit, I need to be able to convert my provinces, though, to really get this up. All right, let's embrace it. Lutheranism we go. Pull these guys off. You need to do conversions. Lutheranism, sort by pop, and just go down the list. Get the conversions running. This way I can stop having those bad events. We could finally tax our pastors a little bit here. And the religious aspects are very strong. We can dissolve monasteries. We do have decent religious influence. Do I take the money here? Or do I go for the... Let's get an early religious aspect, and then we'll dissolve the monasteries later. We get benefits from them right now. Air religion, same religious group, probably. Or any religion. Let's do any religion. We will lose the smugglers, lose some trade efficiency. Just don't have the funds. There's a colony, we'll just leave it be. All this land we got here, and we got Quebec available. Which welcomes itself to... Ooh, there's a different market. So you want to join the Kanahori... Oh, we haven't colonized you, which is why you're in that market. Okay. All right, there's Pennsylvania. Shackton. France is eating more and more land. Raritan. Don't know any of these. All right, I think we could put a cut in here. We're starting there as our very first capital colony in Chesapeake. That's going to be our new capital. We will commit hardcore to that. What we're going to do is we're going to just colonize as much as we can until we get a handle on our religion. And then once we have a handle on our religion, it's going to be moving to our colonies full time. We're going to start expelling people, move our capital there, and it will all hopefully be fine. Can I do the expel the colonies? Oh, we need a subject nation, so we can't do that. But we can still send them from the land to drain them, right? So we'll get some value out of that. I need to keep doing our exploration. When do we stop going to explorations is my question to myself. Let's get South New England. Oh, we're out of... Oh, it's using troops for this. Huh. We're going to automate exploration. I'm going to let it just run now. Let them go. I want to control the colonies, but the explorers can decide on their own what is going to go on. So there you go. You got... That and a fair. Okay, you're doing Greenland. Okay. It's going to prioritize it by the wrong stuff. And it's going to start. You triggered it from over here. It's going to take forever to get a colony going over there, you fool. Oh, AI. AI. So be it. So be it indeed. When do we have this government reform? Probably next month. Please and thank you. One more month. Okay. All right, we'll start next episode. We'll get our government reform. We're going to go hardcore on trade, get our income up, and then pour all of that money into the colonies. Going to keep maintaining 5 of these colonies going at one time. There is Sigurdur off Lund, have him in charge. And hopefully that will be enough for us to grow aggressively. We'll turn Chesapeake into its own market, I think. Something like that's not too terrible. Market here. We are going to be competing with Nantucket a little bit. Maybe eventually move the Nantucket market up further north. Put it like here-ish and move this market up to here-ish. I don't know. We'll play around with it. The scale here means markets need to be kind of close because there's just so many small provinces. But our lands are growing. I don't know what's down here to see how we're competing with other people, but it's going to be our core lands. And so once we do this, we can probably just spend the rest of the game working on building up our economy and never have to fight another war for our life. We still plan to release our core territories here later on to Denmark and get their money. We just need enough land over here to where Denmark's not going to be disloyal. And the fact that we're building up this land to be very valuable here, like 22 tax base, is crazy strong. And you can see kind of the trouble we're going to have. So what is it we're picking up? We're picking up transportation code is nice. We're going to need a lot of roads. Probably pick it up later, but right now we need foreign buildings here. All right, cool. So we'll start next episode whenever we finish foreign buildings, and we're going to go on a building spree to see how high we can get our trade income, hoping to get it in the hundreds or something. That way I can support just crazy amounts of exploration and colonization. So with that, we'll call it here. If you enjoyed, I've been Sean Splooskin, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Later.